Imagine heading out with your family for something as simple and joyful as buying a Christmas tree, only to find your route blocked. Traffic cones everywhere, police patrolling a once quiet lane, and you being forced to drive a whole mile in circles because a royal couple moved into the neighbourhood. Welcome to Windsor's new reality, the Wales effect. Today we're diving deep into how Prince William and Kate Middleton's move into Forest Lodge has quietly and not so quietly disrupted everyday life for locals. And the deeper you look, the more the story unravels into a pattern of displacement, blocked public services, contradictions, and a royal footprint that grows larger every month. And remember, while all this is happening, the same tabloids that scream about Harry and Meghan disrupting Britain have been interesting silent about what's happening right under Windsor's nose. Let's break it all down. A Christmas tradition turned obstacle course. This whole story starts innocently at a Christmas tree shop, a place families love, especially during the festive season. But this year, something changed. Locals suddenly found themselves funneled through confusing diversions, forced into a full-mile detour because security around Forest Lodge, William and Kate's new 8-bedroom Windsor mansion, had to be expanded. Traffic cones everywhere, 2 plainclothes officers patrolling, cars being redirected away from a simple, harmless family tradition. One local described the scene as chaotic, saying people were driving on the wrong side of cones because the new layout made no sense. During the busiest season of the year, families just wanting to enjoy a Christmas ritual were forced onto an obstacle course. And here's the part locals can't ignore. This isn't a one-off. This isn't temporary. This is a pattern. Everywhere Forest Lodge extends its security footprint, public access shrinks. While Palace PR paints the move as creating a stable family home for the future King and Queen, the real price is being paid by ordinary people. Children's education, collateral damage, and it gets worse. It's not just drivers affected, it's children, educators, and entire school programs. Back in October, the Windsor Great Park Environmental Centre, a beloved nature education hub, was forced to suspend its school programmes because Forest Lodge's new restricted security zone swallowed the facility whole. A children's nature centre suddenly found itself inside an area protected under the Serious Organised Crime and Police Act. Let that sink in. A royal relocation shut down a children's outdoor learning centre. Schools scrambled for alternatives. Families were left without a key resource. Kids who relied on hands-on nature learning lost one of the region's only outdoor facilities. And here's the irony that stings. Kate publicly champions outdoor learning and early childhood development. She speaks passionately about children needing nature for emotional growth. Yet children in her own backyard now have fewer nature spaces because her security wall absorbed them. 2 realities. What Kate says in speeches, what her move actually caused, they no longer align, and people are noticing. Walking paths closed, car parks blocked, roads rerouted. And the closures didn't stop there. Since Forest Lodge became the Wales's home base, residents have lost access to walking paths, a car park, several park gates, 2 public roads. The Crown Estate keeps saying everything is temporary, yet refuses to give any timeline. Meanwhile, the security extensions keep growing like ivy. Families who once walked their dogs on peaceful park routes now hit locked gates. Tourists exploring Windsor find redirect signs where open paths used to be. Locals who used these spaces for decades now feel like strangers in their own community. And the most telling detail? All closures began after William and Kate's relocation. The message is clear. Royal privacy is being prioritised over public access. Families quietly pushed out. Long before the Christmas chaos, before the roadblocks, before the nature centre closed, two families living in cottages near Forest Lodge were quietly asked to move. No formal eviction letters, nothing that would tarnish Palace PR, but the instructions were simple. Vacate before the Waleses arrive, a symbolic reminder of who stays and who leaves when royalty needs space. And here's where the hypocrisy becomes glaring. At that exact moment, William was marking the anniversary of his homelessness awareness campaign, Homewards, while families living near his new mansion were being nudged out to accommodate royal needs. How many homes does one future king need? Because William and Kate already have. Kensington Palace, Anmer Hall, Adelaide Cottage, Tamnagar in Scotland, and now Forest Lodge. 5 homes while speaking publicly about housing insecurity. Locals see the contrast. They're living the consequences. Forest Lodge, the reality behind the PR palace. Messaging claims Forest Lodge is a long-term family home, a private sanctuary, a stable base for future monarchs. But the real story? Forest Lodge is causing disruption, inconvenience, displacement, road closures, security blockades, educational shutdowns. It is reshaping Windsor around royal privacy, not public benefit. And let's be brutally honest. If Harry and Meghan moved somewhere that shut down a children's nature centre, tabloids would declare the end of civilization. If Meghan caused mile-long detours, we'd see headlines about Mexit madness destroying communities. If Harry displaced families, there would be op-eds for years. But for William and Kate? Soft headlines, polite silence, drone shots of family bliss. This is exactly why channels like this exist, to highlight the imbalance, the double standard, and the truth the UK media buries. A symbol of something much bigger. When you add up everything that has happened since the move, rerouted Christmas traffic, blocked walking paths, closed children's programmes, restricted public roads, families told to leave their homes, constant diversions, heavy surveillance, Forest Lodge isn't just a home, it's a symbol of disruption. The palace wanted to present the move as serene, peaceful, good for the children. But for thousands of locals, it has become a chapter defined by inconvenience, intrusion, restrictions. And they're finally speaking up. Strip away the PR, and what Forest Lodge represents is simple. The public must rearrange their lives to accommodate royalty. The Wales's privacy outweighs Windsor's accessibility. Public services bend, while private privilege expands. The detour around the royal residence isn't just about traffic, it's a metaphor. A literal example of how everyday people must move aside so royalty can live comfortably. Every blocked gate, every diverted road, every displaced family, every child denied outdoor education, these are the real-world consequences hidden behind palace PR. The royal footprint grows, the public space shrinks, and the mainstream media will never call it what it is. But we will.